the crazy part about all of this is how quickly things can start and end in the wild card round with just 3 games. The Guardians have an incredible September to remember. And now it's over. Just 3 games in. They got the opportunity to have a postseason, A, and then B, to have all 3 games in Cleveland. But here comes a Tigers team that says, okay, we fell apart, but guess what? We got a lottery ticket, and we're cashing it in. And the Tigers move on to take on the Seattle Mariners next, which means either the Mariners or the Tigers are going to be playing for the right to represent the American League in the World Series. And then you've got the Cubs and the Padres having at it. And the Padres go into Chicago and even the series to force a 3rd game. And now the Padres are home. And one thing we're definitely going to hear about was the full-on, almost pushing and shoving that went down in the dugout when, because again, this is an old school, I guess, old stadium. The umpires use the visitors' dugout to exit the stadium, and the Padres let the umpires know all about the missed call in the 9th inning on Xander Bogaerts, who could have walked to bring the tying run to the plate. Instead, a clear ball that next year with the ABS, the system that will challenge umpires' balls and strikes calls, if the Padres had one of those in their pocket, that would have been ball 4. Mm-hmm. And they went nuts. My 2 cents again on that subject matter is play better than the umps ump. I mean, there were probably tons of times that they could have had opportunities, but when it comes down to that 9th inning, man, just don't put yourself in the hands of an umpire to blow a call, and that umpire blew the call, to say the least. But fittingly, Pete Crow Armstrong squeezes the final out for the Cubs. He had a phenomenal season, and now the Cubs move on. The Cubs are moving on, and they're taking on the Brewers. Oh, boy. That's a great rivalry. Nice regional rivalry for the right to represent the National League against either the Dodgers or the Phillies. That's going to be a great series as well. And then you have Game 3 between the Red Sox and the Yankees last night. Brockman's team and my team. Very proud of us, Chris. You and I have, I think, been on the up and up with one another.
Yeah.
And right now, this is what things can be crazy. In the world of baseball, there are probably some Yankee fans trying to get arrested in Needham, Massachusetts right now. Because the police chief there is the father of Cam Schlittler. And they want an autograph. And they want to make sure that they can get something from Cam Schlittler. This kid who came up in the middle of the season and started firing fastballs and started showing a little bit of glimpses of awesomeness and then became even more awesome. But towards the end of the month, I was watching wondering, would he be trusted to start a playoff game? They handed him a lead a couple of times, large lead. He couldn't even get out of the 5th inning. But he's got electric stuff. And there are times, I swear to you, as I'm watching these games with Coop at home, where, like, he looks like Garrett Cole.
I thought the same thing.
He looks like Garrett Cole.
I thought the same thing in the 1st inning.
I mean, facially, his style of pitching, his body language, all of it.
Totally.
And I'm like, if he could be Garrett Cole, heaven forbid, in October. And then last night, the battle of the kids, Schlittler's the one who dropped his Huggies and became a grown-ass man. Against Connolly Early, who was making just a first start in 5 for him.
Start.
And here's the ball, kid. Go win a game in Yankee Stadium with a bullpen that was kind of gassed to get to Game 3. Or to try to wrap things up to avoid a Game 3 by Alex Cora in Game 2. And that kid was really good, too.
Yep.
He just had one inning.
Stuff,
He had one inning where left the ball over the plate. The Yankees took advantage. A couple of plays out behind him weren't made. Yada, yada, yada. It's a 4-run lead. And Schlittler was just like not blowing that one.
Yeah, lights out.
and a good old-fashioned 8-inning performance. And listen, I was confident in the kid. I was believing in the kid. And I could never in a million years have thought, okay, what we're going to get as Yankee fans out of Cam Schlittler is the first ever playoff performance by a pitcher with 8 innings, 12 or more strikeouts, and no walks. Whew. I can't believe he's the first to ever do it. Not that he did it. Obviously, that is kind of wild that he just did it.
Well, that had never been done before?
Yeah. I was sitting there like, Jack Morris never did that.
Yeah.
Nobody else has ever done, like, name me, like, Gibson, name me another, like, nobody's ever had 8 shutout with 12 walks. Yeah. I mean, 12 strikeouts and no walks.
No walks.
He's the first to do it, and he does it in that instance to close out the Red Sox to move the Yankees on to Toronto in the American League Divisional Series. Stuff that, hey, Cam, you got a spot on Old Timers Day for the rest of your life. No matter what you do from here on out, and what he's done is pitch the Yankees into the next round with a performance that was electric. Electric. That's the word Alex Cora used after the game. And this is what Schlittler had to say after the performance of his life and the spot of his life, making the lives of all Yankee fans much better.
I got really good sleep last night. I wasn't, too worried about it, but I woke up and I was locked in. So I knew exactly what I needed to do and go out there, especially against my hometown team. So as I told Andy yesterday, I wasn't going to let him beat me. So I was just overconfident in that fact, but making sure I wasn't getting too carried away with it.
Andy is Andy Pettit, who he was apparently conversing with. You knew the Yankees were doing their best to mean business. I don't know how that would spook any of the Red Sox to throw Bucky Dent out there for the ceremonial first pitch, but they did.
It was the anniversary of the home run.
Yeah,
it was Bucky Dent.
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that anniversary because it was my dad's birthday. May he rest in peace on that day, and it was also the first day my parents ever let me out of Hebrew school to watch a baseball game. I begged them. Absolutely begged them. That's an 8-year-old.
It worked.
It did. And I also became a man in the eyes of the Lord who years later would work on Yom Kippur by interviewing Charlie Sheen. I'm going to hell.
Mazel tov.
At any rate, thank you for that.
Yeah, you became a man at 8. I thought it was 13.
Dude, eventually I became a man. Like a Mike Gundy, I'm 40, man. Dude.
Eventually.
Grown-ass man. I was gobsmacked. Couldn't believe he's going in. And that Boone would keep letting him pitch, too. Let him keep going.
Well, the binder told him to
nice.
keep him in the game.
Nice. But at any rate, I'm ecstatic. Over the moon. Season's still going on. And they got the Blue Jays had the Yankees number. So it's going to be either the Blue Jays and Yankees against either the Tigers and the Mariners, and it's either the Dodgers or Phillies against either the Cubs or the Brewers. And congratulations to Major League Baseball. I mean, just an outstanding series between two blood rivals in the Yankees and the Red Sox. Now you got a series between two blood rivals in the Cubs and the Brewers.
And Dodgers, Phillies.
And you've got the New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia markets covered. The Pacific Northwest is locked in a way that, they're all Cal Raleigh crazy. Yeah. The Tigers, the Old English D, they got the state of Michigan, and you got a little Toronto kind of in the mix.
This has a weird, 2023 feel where it was Rangers and Diamondbacks. It feels like we could get kind of a wonky World Series, whereas last year was, blue blood, Dodger Yankees.
I do want to give you the floor for a minute. And again, the Red Sox traded Devers and got better. Yeah. They didn't have Roman Anthony in this series.
Right, and that was, you wonder what difference that would have made. He took over the kind of the lead hitter role. Bregman kind of had coming back from injury, which just wasn't the same player the second half of the season.
Last night he used the past tense saying, it was an honor to wear this uniform. He can opt out.
Yeah, it feels like he's not coming back. It's kind of been the vibe since the break. So
the Yankees should be all over him. Just turn yourself into the Dodgers. Calling up and say, you want all the money when you're 50, like Ohtani, please? Yeah. I don't know. But I love your manager.
Yeah,
like every button
love
the guy
the manager,
pushes.
love all the young guys. It was a season where you feel like maybe they kind of overachieved after trading Devers, which I'm arguing with your brother-in-law on Twitter about it. He didn't need to go. He kind of needed to go. The clubhouse situation was untenable, and you could see how they all were kind of.
They got better without him.
They were kind of one.
Immeasurably
They were
better.
one unit where it didn't seem like it was a little more fractured when he was there, but
immeasurably better without him.
The pitching I think helped in the second half of the year. They had one of the highest ERAs, after the All-Star break, so you kind of get that locked up and. Go out in free agency, kind of get some more starters. Lucas Giolito was injured, not on the roster. Walker Buehler didn't work out. Some of those things, you got a rookie making his fifth start in a playoff game. Not the ideal situation, even though, early was good. But if Anthony was healthy, maybe you win this series, but didn't think you were going to make it this far to begin with. So, back in the playoffs playing, nervous, tense, stressful October baseball is fun. And, let's do it again next year.
Yeah. Next year in Boston. Oh, boy. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.